Yes, welcome. I always need to loosen up before I do one of these live streams. To be honest, outside of YouTube, I do a lot of laughing. I try to counterbalance this stressful reality that we have to deal with here. I'm very glad so many people are able to join me tonight. I won't keep you too long. Just another edition, another topic that I feel we need to focus on, put emphasis on. Again, very nice to see so many people who could join tonight. Now, this topic has been on my mind for a while, and I always wanted to. That's good. For some people, this is their first live stream, so I'm very happy that you could make it. Yes, someone asked if I could talk about the issue with dog nutters comparing the intelligence of a dog to a baby's. Now, I made an entire video about that. I believe it's titled, Are Dogs Just as Intelligent as Children? Many of you I know remember the video. It's in my archives. If you look for a video, I can't pull it up now. If you look for the video with that title, I go over it and how it's very asinine to make that comparison, right? But we can definitely get into it deeper on a live stream, no question, because you really can never say enough about this dog nut culture. It's so offensive. It truly is offensive, people. The way they put dogs not only on the same level as humans, but as our children, our offspring. That is an insult. Again, not even wild animals are this stupid. They would never, ever do such a thing. They don't even tolerate the company of dogs around their offspring. So we'll definitely get into that on a live stream. But I wanted to put emphasis on the fact that no entity that knowingly places their young in danger can claim to be intelligent, nor can they claim to be humane. Right? You have no morals. Now, this is difficult for me to say, really, because I have family members, immediate family members, who are dog lovers, who allow dogs, the worst types of dogs, Rottweilers, pit bulls, around their children, toddlers, and even their babies. And I am totally, totally against this culture, this behavior, this criminal behavior. I will always emphasize this is criminal behavior. This is worse than any other example of child endangerment that you could come up with, right? Someone said that comparison was based only on a negative dog behavior, the ability to steal and be deceptive, which a human child is only capable of doing when he's a couple years old. That is very true. It is a learned behavior. But this is a simple fact that no one can deny. We have an instinct to protect our youth, our offspring. It is in not only humans, in all living creatures. But when it comes to dogs, this instinct is ignored. It's actually worked against. The media, the entertainment industry, they work hard every day to condition people away from our natural instinct to protect our young. That is also criminal. It is criminal. We look like hypocrites trying to project ourselves as moral beacons of the world when we embrace a culture like this, right? And it's good that we are here on the internet speaking out against it. You know, if you want to put yourself in danger, I've said this before, as an adult, go right ahead and do that, right? What you do inside of your home is your business. But when you endanger other people, when you even endanger your own children, I have a problem with that. I not only have a problem with your stupid mutt having the opportunity to break free, right, to run and escape from your home and attack me, I have a problem with that mutt attacking a child, your child, inside of your home, because that child has no control over its environment, and you don't have the right to endanger those kids in that way. So this is a problem for the community, and we all have a right. This is for you dog nuts who feel like it's none of our business to worry about what you do inside of your home. Yes, it is. And it's people like us who speak out against behavior like yours. We are the people who make a community strong, right? There will be no silencing of us. And it infuriates me, and I know it infuriates you, to see all these ugly, nasty looking mutts on commercials. You know, everywhere you look, there is dogs in commercials. Absolutely outrageous. Projecting these things as family members, as harmless. You know, this conditions kids from a very early age. It conditions them against their natural instincts, right? These cartoons as well. You have this stupid cartoon, Pitbull, where, you know, this pit bull is basically a story about dog abuse. And this is their only concern. People, it is mind-blowing. This whole scenario is mind-blowing. When it is only their children that are being mutilated, their only concern is dog abuse. Right? It's not even their primary concern. It is their only concern. Because these dog nuts say nothing about dog attacks on children. They put these stupid, ugly looking mutants, these abominations to this planet, on as many commercials as they possibly can. And my hatred for these vile, overgrown rodents is justified, because these things don't even belong on this planet. They are mutants. You understand? Mutants. Nature never intended for these things to exist. So to project these things as normal and as family members, harmless family members, that is a crime against humanity. And every person guilty of doing this should be arrested and thrown in jail. These things are not natural. They are not normal. They're not real animals. They are an abomination to existence itself, to reality itself. And the fact is, when it comes to children under the age of 13, There are over 2.5 million children every year that are bitten by these mutants that are projected as harmless friends of the family. Over 2.5 million children under 13 every year. So every additional year, that number is doubled. After 2 years, you now have 5 million, right? 7.5 million, so on and so forth. In a stretch of 10 years, 20 years, you have a number that is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Now that's just the children. I'm not even including the adults. When you include the adults, you're talking about 5 million plus. And keep in mind, I have to point this out, that only 1 out of every 3 to 4 dog bites are reported. The actual number for people bitten by dogs every year is more like 15 to 20 million. These are not harmless friends of the family. They are a danger. And anyone who surrounds their children with these killers, you are guilty of child endangerment. Children, over 400,000 every year, in need of medical treatment, emergency care treatment. So it stretches to well over 1 million in as little as 3 years. And nobody speaks out about this. They gamble with their children's life and well-being. And if they're ever wrong, and all it takes is that one time to be wrong, that one moment where that stupid, brainless mutt snaps, maybe in response to fireworks, to anything. Anything can trigger these brainless mutants. All it takes is that one time, and your child is killed or mutilated for life. And of course, what do these sick dog nuts do? They continue to project the dog as harmless, as a family member. And oh, this was just an unfortunate, isolated accident. 10 to 20,000 every year, children alone, are mutilated, disfigured, right? They have their flesh shredded, torn from the bone, and they are disfigured for life. 15 to 25 on average, children alone. I'm not even including adults. 15 to 25 every year are killed. Again, make sure you put these dog nuts in check when they want to reference to deaths only. Right? They will say, oh, you have a much greater chance of being killed by XYZ than killed by a dog. Make sure you stay on code and remind them that death is not the only concern. I don't want to die, and I don't want to be disfigured. For some people, being disfigured is worse than death. Many of these people who are disfigured for life would rather die, right? They would rather not continue living. You have some beautiful women. We all know about the model, or the former model, who tried to pet this man's dog, and she had her face mutilated. She is no longer a model, right? So when you talk about people, children who've been disfigured, You're dealing with numbers that these dog nuts are not brave enough to deal with. They only have enough courage to deal with the number of deaths. No, this is a lot deeper than deaths alone. And what is even more embarrassing is to see wild animals display so much more intelligence than these dog nuts. I'm telling you, these dog nuts, they are an embarrassment to humanity, an embarrassment. It is our duty to call these people out because they are embarrassing us. To have wild animals that are wired to kill, wired to be aggressive and violent, to have these animals display so much more of a protective instinct and all-around intelligence in regard to protecting their offspring, that is embarrassing. Especially when you consider the fact that it is our natural instinct to be protective of our youth. I'm going to play this short clip. And I'll provide commentary on it when it's over. This is very embarrassing.
At 2 months old, they have yet to learn how dangerous their world is. Hyenas and leopards are notorious cub killers. Less than half of lion cubs get to see their first birthday. And even fewer make it to adulthood.
Less than half of the cubs make it to adulthood. Right? Let me rewind that.
Of lion cubs get to see their Less than half of lion cubs get to see their first birthday.
Less than half get to see their first birthday.
And even fewer make it to adulthood.
Even fewer make it to adulthood. Basically, it is well known that hyenas have a culture of killing cubs, just like dogs have a culture of attacking our youth.
But the greatest risk of all is from other lions. Rose is on edge. A lioness has appeared alarmingly close to the cubs. It's not one Nathan recognizes. Rose is not taking any chances.
You notice that? She don't even want that lioness close to her cubs. Don't even get too close. And of course, these dog nuts go a lot further than that. Listen close.
The lioness gets the message, but doesn't move off completely.
The female's keeping her distance. I think she got her lesson from the mother, coming a brief fight and lots of growling.
It wasn't a vicious attack by lion standards, suggesting this female is from Rose's own pride, the MKs.
That is a lioness from her own pride, people. It is not simply just another lion or lioness, an animal of the same species. This lioness is protective even when it comes to another lioness in her own pride, her own sister.
If she was a female from another pride, I think she would be really aggressive and see her off completely.
Most lionesses would have introduced their cubs to the rest of the pride by now. But Rose is a cautious mother and hasn't taken that step yet. She may not be ready, but Spotty, her pluckiest cub, is.
I think these cubs are very curious, this other female, who she is, why they're not allowed to go and see her. I'm sure the cubs are very bored of each other and their own mothers, and the chance to play with someone else would be just so tempting. This might be the first introduction to another lion. So this is a bit of a new experience. Who's this other person? Can we play with them?
The cubs seem fascinated with their new playmate. This female from their pride isn't a threat. She may well be their aunt. But Rose is still anxious.
See that? And that lioness got up and walked away because she knew her sister. I assume that this is her sister. No doubt they are in the same pride. She got up and walked away once she saw the mother get up and walk towards her. She understands the protective instinct. Do any of you believe one of these lionesses would bring a mutt around their young? It is difficult for me to even articulate how crazy that is. This culture that we embrace of treating dogs like humans, it is insane, people. It is an insult to our existence. It truly is. And it is so asinine. It is criminal. This is criminal behavior. Child endangerment at the highest level. The highest level. Do you think one of these lionesses would bring a mutt around their cubs? Would lay their cubs on top of a stinking, worthless mutt? How can you not be embarrassed by this? That not even wild animals are as stupid and careless, really inhumane. You have to have no sense of humanity whatsoever to bring your infant around a mutt. Many of these people, as soon as they have their child, they can't wait to get it home around this thing. How insane is that? That is totally criminal. You know, I get emails. I've already gotten emails from some of you dog nuts who want to have a debate with me online, a live debate. Let me tell you something. I will never have a live debate with any of you idiots. Any of you. The culture that you embrace informs me that you are not a reasonable person. You don't deal with logic. You don't even deal with reality. So in a real debate, you are going to make up your own arguments, your own scenarios, points of views, and you're going to project it as if those are my points of views, right? It's going to be a complete straw man argument on your part. I'm not going to insult myself, what little intelligence I think I have, by having a debate with any of you. If you are a so-called expert and you want to debate something specific. For example, if you believe it is justified for dogs to be included and accepted in our society the way that they are, if you believe that, I might think about it. Even then, I prefer you lay your argument out either in a paragraph, multiple paragraphs, or a video. That way you can get everything off your chest and I can respond to it. But you have to be an expert, and I have to be able to validate your credentials. This is madness. Madness. And we have to call it out. How could you possibly look into the face of your newborn and can't wait to get it home to possibly be mutilated, to take that chance, to gamble like that? Where is your parental instinct, protective instinct? And it's deep, people. It really is deep, because we're talking about something that has been proven, right? Proven. They say that there is a hormone that women have, mothers have, that increases their protective instinct. So the media and entertainment industry, they have to work nonstop to desensitize not just mothers, fathers as well. Listen to
Now,
this.
a terrible tragedy caught on tape. Families watching a veteran animal trainer play with a tiger he raised from birth. When the animal snaps, officials investigating tonight as the trainer fights for his life. ABC's David Wright has the story.
Caught on a tourist camera, a tiger attacks its trainer. A playful demonstration, suddenly life-threatening. The trainer's colleagues rush in to save him. As they flee, the tigers chase them. Watch closely. The wounded trainer stumbles and falls. His colleagues go back to drag him to safety. Shocked spectators, including kids, watched in horror.
One of them got a bit of a bear hug on him and just over the shoulders and was clawing away and got his neck and his arm, and then a bit of blood came out.
The trainer was airlifted to a Brisbane hospital, where he's in serious but stable condition with bite wounds on his shoulders and neck. The incident took place this morning at the Australia Zoo, founded by Steve Irwin. Known as the crocodile hunter, Irwin was famous for getting too close for comfort with wild animals. He died in 2006 after a stingray stung him, but his approach lives on at the Australia Zoo. The zoo's videos show the trainers playing with tigers as though they were kitty cats. Today, the tigers reminded everyone they're not.
Now, you see, people are quick to classify tigers, lions as unfit to be pets. Even though this scenario is all too familiar when it comes to dogs. He raised this tiger from the time it was a cub. It grew up and attacked him. That's the same scenario we hear with dogs, especially pit bulls. And when I say pit bulls, I'm talking about all bully breeds, because these sick pit bull advocates, they love to point out how pit bulls are often misclassified. That what we call a pit bull is actually some other type of bully breed. They are all the same. But we've heard this numerous times. They raised it from the time it was a puppy, never shown aggression. Then out of nowhere, it snaps and attacks its owner or someone in the family that it also grew up with. But yet, we look at lions and tigers as unfit to be pets. They're too dangerous. But dogs are not? Make sense out of that for me. Many of you may have seen this. I think this is a relatively new video. Watch this. Look at that. See that? When she pointed at it, I believe that may have been what set the lion off. And I don't know what happened to this woman. I would imagine that she, did not come out of this situation unscathed. But what I want you to focus on is this idiot standing beside her. Look at this moron. He has that lion on a leash. Now watch what he does when the lion turns towards her. You see that? You see that? He saw the signs when that lion was turning towards her. You see that? He starts pulling right at that moment. He saw the signs right then. And look at how worthless that rope was, which is nothing but a leash. This is why you have to ignore these leash laws. You cannot listen to these people who talk about a responsible dog owner. Again, there's no such thing. Just like this leash was worthless and it did not prevent an attack, even though he saw the signs. That's the narrative, right? They love to try to hammer this point home, that a responsible dog owner watches the dog, looks for the signs, right? They tell you don't leave a child unattended. You have to be there so that you can see some of the warning signs. And my argument here has always been it is irrelevant. Even if you see signs and you know what's about to happen, you're not going to be able to stop that mutt. Even if you have it on a leash, just like this idiot. This scenario you saw with this lion is identical. It is the exact same scenario with these dog nuts who have their dog on a leash. That leash is worthless, right? We've seen several mutts not only break free from a leash, but drag their owners to an intended victim. So when I talk about these mutts being illegal, do not buy into this narrative that a leash can protect you. A leash is absolutely worthless from this seat. If that mutt wants to get to you, most likely it will. And this is what is so embarrassing. You have lions, wild animals. I don't want to single out lions because all animals are protective of their young, except for humans. It's only humans who bring predators around their youth. Pictured, dad and his 2 children who were savaged by girlfriend's pet boxer dog. And this is what I'm talking about, people. They want to have a group photo with this mutt as if it is just another human. The stupidity, the brainlessness involved in this, it is baffling. Now, like I said earlier, it's difficult for me to say things like this because I have family members who are dog lovers. And I will say this, in all honesty, many of these dog lovers, they have good intent. They have pretty decent hearts. They don't want anyone to be hurt. However, at the same time, they have a disconnection from reality, right? They have a disconnection from what is and what is not life-threatening, dangerous. You can't allow society to desensitize you to that extent. All of the warning signs right there in your face that this is a dangerous situation and you fail to act on it. That is a serious problem. Serious problem. So this being embarrassing, that is the least of our worries. This is dangerous. An animal's young being attacked by a predator is never the result of the adult bringing the predator around its young. That only happens with humans. Deer, they're not going to bring dogs around their young. I illustrated this in a previous video. In these situations where a mutt attacks the owner's kids, that is an example of a lack of intelligence that you don't even see in the animal kingdom. No other animal does that. They don't bring predators around their youth. My question to you dog nuts, how are you not embarrassed by this? How are you not embarrassed? Now, maybe you haven't heard anyone articulate reality the way you hear it here. But yet, when you're done listening to this video, you're going to go right back to your dog nuttery. Right back to endangering your children. It is utterly disgusting. Utterly. Some of you may remember this story. I mean, there's so many stories and examples of children, toddlers, infants being mauled by mutts. But this girl's name was Trinity. She died in the hospital a week after being mauled. It took her a week fighting for her life. And as the child was being attacked, the mother called 911. And the dispatch told her to slit the dog's throat. The attack took place outside. He told her to go inside and get a knife. This is the actual 911 call. She called. She said, "I need some help. My dog is attacking my daughter. Hurry. She's dying. Please hurry." Now, these situations, these attacks, the scenario that takes place here is cops, police officers are being sent to save children from dogs that the parents brought into the home. They're going out to save these children from their parents. The reckless endangerment involved in these situations is far greater than leaving a loaded weapon in reach of a child. Right? It gets no worse than this. Yet, dog ownership is not classified as child endangerment. So the dispatch says, can you get a hold of anything to try to get the dog off of her? Can you try to get something to separate them? Says, I've got everybody I can get en route to you. The dispatcher tells her to get a frying pan. Says, hit him with it. Hit him right in the center of the top of its head. If you hit him hard enough, you'll knock him out. The mother said, I'm hitting him as hard as I can. He says, can you run into the house and grab a steak knife or something? Go into the house and get a knife. I will tell you how to get him off of her. Mother says, I can't leave her out here, right? This attack took place outside. He says it'll take you 30 seconds to run into the house and grab it. Mother continues to yell at the dog. People, unbelievable. I mean, if you're going to be so brainless that you're going to bring a dog into the house around your kids, why wouldn't you at least own a gun? Just in case. You notice how there is absolutely no sense of protection. That is something that seems it should be impossible. It should be. But she was totally unprepared. No weapon, nothing. All she's doing is yelling at that mutt. He says, ma'am, yelling at him is not going to change anything. Wow. I need you to find something sharp, and I'll explain to you how to get the dog off her. She goes in, gets a knife. Dispatch says, cut him across the bottom of his neck. It's going to release his jaw muscles. He won't have a choice but to let go. She says, I'm trying. The blade isn't sharp enough. Look at how helpless she is, how confused, clueless. She cannot help her child at all. And this girl held on for a week after that attack. And then she died. And again, they hide, society in general, media, entertainment, they hide this type of danger behind commercials like this. Like, how dare you project these things as friendly members of the family, as the best friends of children? That is criminal. That is infuriating. Everywhere you look, people, you see a child hugging a mutt. Just being around a dog is dangerous enough. But they encourage kids to do things that provoke dogs to attack. Now, this has been established by their so-called experts, right? Many of you have seen several articles. The Telegraph, don't hug your dog. It hates it, says animal psychologists. Psychology Today, the data says don't hug the dogs. Yet everywhere you look, they have images of kids hugging dogs, going directly against what the experts say. And somehow this is legal. Somehow this is under the radar. This is encouraging mutilations, encouraging attacks. And kids see these images. They see them. And what happens? They end up getting mutilated themselves because they will try to hug one of these worthless ugly, disgusting, brainless mutants. This is a very disgusting website that I found a few days ago. Many of you may be familiar with this. It is stubbydog.org, a pro pit bull website. It is very disgusting. And the title of this article is "Nothing Cuter Than Photos of Pit Bulls and Kids." People, you go to these animal shelter websites, and sometimes the majority of descriptions for these mutants, they tell you not to have kids around these dogs. It is not kid friendly. The worst enemy of kids is dogs. This is fact. Nothing attacks kids more than dogs, not even adults, not even parents. And they have the nerve, the audacity to write something like this. And this is just one out of many. Now look at what this says here. Stubby Dog is celebrating kids and pit bulls during May. So we asked our Facebook fans to post photos of their pit bulls and kids. What an explosion of cute pics we got. So they encouraged people to take photos like this. Encouraged people to make their kids hug a mutt. How is that not a crime? That is absolutely criminal. And this website has a plethora of photos like this. A plethora. Absolutely criminal. Some of you may have seen this video where this boy sneaks into this garage. I believe it's his neighbor's garage. He does this every day.
Security cameras are supposed to catch bad guys in the act. But this little boy is no burglar. He's caught on tape showering a dog with affection. Watch as he hops off his bike and runs into a wide open garage, then throws his arms around a black Labrador named Duchess.
Where do you think he learned that from? He learned that from these ads, these stupid commercials, these stupid movies, cartoons. The adults in this society encourage and they promote child endangerment. They promote the very thing that experts tell you to avoid. Do not hug dogs. But you can see it's so prevalent in this society that children at very young ages are already conditioned to try to hug these mutts. Yes. Yes. It is criminal. And it is also criminal to not speak out against it. If you're new to the channel, you should also speak out against this madness. It is utter madness.
And lickety split, he's gone. It's as if he knows he shouldn't be there. The tape came to light when the
And he
Louisiana
runs
owner
towards the
was
dog.
reviewing her home security footage. Holly Millette couldn't believe it.
Oh my gosh, my husband and I we thought it was too cute. You know, this little boy was...
Isn't it? It is fascinating how many brainless people like this there are in the world. It doesn't even seem possible. And I will say it is the majority of the people in this country are like this. Absolutely brain dead. Brain dead.
Loves our dog so much that he just wanted to come and steal a quick hug.
She posted the video on Facebook. calling for an all-points bulletin. Anyone know who this sweet little boy is? I'd like to tell him he's welcome to stay and play. She loves the attention. Lo and behold, it's a neighborhood kid, Josh Bro. His mom saw the Facebook posting online and left this comment. Last night when I first saw it, I was torn as a mama, being happy and upset because he knows he shouldn't be on someone's property. There's a reason for the drive-by love hugs. Josh's beloved dog Bella died a year ago. Now Josh is best friends with Duchess. No more sneaking into the garage. He's invited to pop in and give Duchess a hug.
Unbelievable. And you know what? I believe some of these stories that claim the child was attacked after the parent left the room or something like that, some of those stories are lies. In many of those cases, I believe these people actually deliberately brought the kids around the dog, or brought the dog around the kids, tried to get them to embrace, to get some stupid photo to upload to social media, and the dog attacked. There's another very disgusting website. It's called babygaga.com. And they have this section titled 25 photos of why every baby needs a pit bull. People, this is not even a pro pit bull website. You know, I went through this website. It just seems like a parental website, you know, for new parents, people who have just had a child. Then you stumble on an article like this: why every baby needs a pit bull. And of course, you scroll down and they have nothing but photos of babies with pit bulls. Pits make the perfect baby pillows. Listen to this madness. Instant cuddles abound. This is what these people encourage. They encourage life-threatening situations. Pit kisses are the best. You know, it is hard for me to believe that these people actually exist. This is stupidity beyond my comprehension here. It really is. How can you be that conditioned by media and entertainment? It is fascinating how humans can be detached from reality through social conditioning. It's unbelievable. This can get you attacked. This does get many kids attacked. This type of physical contact with dogs, jumping on top of these mutts, hugging them. This gets a lot of kids attacked. Look at this, right? We've all seen these types of photos, and they encourage it everywhere. At any moment, one of these mutts could bite the baby or the child. Once that happens, these are pit bulls, its jaws are going to lock and it is going to start to shake. And it is only a matter of time before the child or baby is killed. Here you see probably one of the most dangerous situations possible. These idiotic, brain-dead, so-called parents laid that baby on top of that stinking, worthless, brainless mutt. All you dog nuts, I want y'all to know something. Dogs have no soul. They do not love. They are worthless, absolutely worthless. Their life has no value whatsoever, and they do not deserve to live. They do not deserve to exist. All other animals do. All other animals deserve compassion, consideration, respect, and they deserve to live on this planet. Dogs do not. They were not intended to exist. Nature did not intend for them to exist. They are mutants that are more aggressive than the top predators on this planet. That is, lions and tigers. More aggressive than lions and tigers. More unstable. And their lives are absolutely worthless. Just like dogs have driven several species into extinction, dogs beg humans to drive them into extinction. And that's really the only solution to the dog problem. Because you cannot, I've said this several times, you cannot release these things into the wild and think that, oh, they can just stay in their part of the world. I don't care how isolated of an area you take these mutts to. Over time, they are going to find their way back to human civilization. You can tell these are not real animals. Who in their right mind would do something like this? To not only put their baby around one of these mutts, but then step away, back away. That is the ultimate form of Russian roulette. Even if the adult is right there holding the baby, that is an extremely dangerous situation. These idiots, these lowlife pieces of filth, left that baby next to that mutt and stepped away to take a photo. So this is criminal behavior. This is directed to all you dog nuts who like stuff like this and who are involved in things like this. What do you see here? Once again, this baby doing exactly what the experts tell you to never do. Never do. That dogs hate to be hugged. And these idiotic, scum, filthy, so-called parents had that child hug that mutt and they stepped away. Now this happens and then the baby is mauled. And then the parents come and lie. Oh, I stepped away to do this. Oh, I looked away for a minute. Don't get me wrong. These mutts do attack when the adult leaves the room or looks away. We've already seen the evidence. They've even done experiments. I went over this in a video. This shows how these mutts will wait until you leave or turn around or fall asleep to attack or to steal. But I believe in some of these cases, the parents tried something like this. Tried to get a stupid photo so that they could upload it to social media to see how many likes they can get. Kids, again, by nature, they touch. They know things like this is going to happen. The child is going to touch the dog. And all it takes is that one moment for it to snap. You cannot claim to be an intelligent species if you engage in this type of behavior. You're not intelligent. You are an utter embarrassment to the human species. Utter embarrassment. This is not only dangerous, it is disgusting. In this current COVID era, you will be attacked if you remove your mask and lick someone. Are you out of your mind? You will be attacked, maybe even by multiple people. And in these homes, these disgusting people allow these mutts to lick their kids. These feces eating, urine drinking, vomit drinking mutants, they allow to lick all over their kids. So you have these types of websites everywhere. Now, situations like this, you already know what happened. They had to lay the baby on top of that mutt. Tell me this is not Russian roulette. This is gambling. And this is child endangerment at the highest level. Look at this soulless, spiritless mutant. You know, you idiots, you really need to stop projecting human traits onto these things. They do not love, they do not think. They are completely impulsive. Oh my God. You should not need anyone to tell you things like this, as I've said many times. And when you put images like this everywhere on the internet, people become conditioned. This is a very dangerous situation right here. Who in their right mind would do this? Is a pit bull. Nowhere in this article does it tell parents not to do this. Does it inform them of what these experts have said? Don't hug dogs. They hate to be hugged. No, on these filthy websites, they just go on their dog nuttery campaign. Like I said, this is a true bona fide cult. It is a very sick, disgusting, inhumane, subhuman cult. And I'm not going to stop laying into these people. These people are a pathetic excuse for humans. Very dangerous situation right here. This is a baby. Pits always tell you they love you. I said before, every positive trait they try to put on a dog is all lies. Very dangerous. Once again, and there's 2 dogs here. 2. You know how they say dogs are more likely to attack when there's more than one dog, right? They're more inclined to attack when they know they have backup. Like I said before, this is the father's hand. But even with his presence, this is a dangerous, deadly situation. For you to not acknowledge that and act on it means that you are not even displaying the level of intelligence that wild animals display. Many dogs won't even allow you around. Not even dogs are this stupid. An utter embarrassment. This is a culture of endangerment. No matter how many attacks occur, dogs are never classified as a danger to children or infants. Instead, it's ruled an accident. Each and every time. Oh, it's just a freak accident. Has nothing to do with the fact that dogs are predators, that they are aggressive, wired, designed to kill, to attack. Oh, that has nothing to do with it. The dog itself was just out of its mind. You just need to put it down and then purchase another dog. Now, this stupid website it has a YouTube channel. I can't remember if it is Scooby Dog or exactly which one it is. StubbyDog.org. I believe it's StubbyDog.org. Where they have a YouTube video that they've uploaded. And it's unbelievable. This video has several views, almost all likes. Like I said, it's unbelievable that there are so many brain dead people like this in the world. It's truly embarrassing.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space.
I mean, you can just look at these people and see how brainless they are. You can see how brain dead these idiots are. Not a single functioning brain cell in their head. No value for human life. None whatsoever. Complete idiots. There's nothing going on in this man's head. Nothing. Right? Skull is full of peanut butter. How could you this is unbelievable to me, people. And these are pit bulls. This is from that website. Because again, that is a pro pit bull website. They up there dancing and singing with these mutts. As if these dogs have any type of awareness of what's going on. Unbelievably disgusting, these people. Utterly disgusting. All you young people, when you see stuff like this, don't be deceived. These things are killers. Killers. And they will kill you. They will mutilate you. They will leave you disfigured for life. Go on to Google and Google dog attack child. You're going to get an endless number of images of children who've been attacked, babies who've been attacked by dogs. These things are not harmless. They are not friendly. Do not do yourself a disservice by feeding into stupid cartoons like this, or any of these stupid commercials or movies that project these dangerous killers as friendly. You don't need dogs. This world would be better without them. Without them. Keep the statistics close in mind. Like I said before, over 2.5 million of you will be bitten every year. Well over 2.5 million. Over 400,000 will need emergency care treatment. 10 to 20,000 will end up like this boy here. Disfigured. Disfigured for life. They hide this reality behind stupid videos like this. Behind stupid images like this. Again, this happens every day. Over 2,000 people bitten every day. What does that mean? Over 1,000 children bitten every day. They are trying to blind you to reality, to what is really going on in the world. No matter how many experts inform the public that dogs hate to be hugged, you see these images everywhere. I don't know, how can hypocrisy like that just go without being called out? They not only encourage the presence of dogs around kids, but they encourage behavior that provokes dogs to attack, and that is hugging. So this is not a debate. It's not a debate whether or not this is dangerous, whether or not it is child endangerment. This is all a matter of whether or not we are going to wake up and deal with reality. This is why I won't debate any of you dog nuts on my channel. There's certain people where if you actually try to have a discussion or a debate with them, you are insulting your own intelligence by even entertaining the discussion. I'm not going to discuss this with any of you idiots. I'm going to just tell you how it is. And this is criminal behavior. It's really as simple as that. Criminal behavior. And it's only a matter of time before the majority of the population acknowledges this as criminal behavior, as child endangerment. You're on the clock. Are you dog nuts? Your dog nut culture, it's on the clock. Now, I want to apologize. I'm at the point where in my chat room, there's so many comments. It's almost impossible for me to really keep up with them. After the stream is over, I always go back and I read the comments because they just fly by so fast as I'm doing the stream that if I tried to keep up with the comments, I wouldn't be able to do my presentation. But those of you who are new to the channel, I encourage you to check out the comments because there are a lot of insightful comments left by the viewers. Those of you who may be dog nuts, right? Well, I didn't know it had a slow mode. Yeah, I still have to figure out this live stream. Someone told me to do a slow mode. Yeah. So yes, those of you who are new, if you are a dog nut on this channel, you should be worried for yourself if you leave my videos and continue to be a dog nut. That should be proof that you're brainwashed if you continue in your ways after watching these videos. We're not giving you our opinions. We are giving you reality. We are giving you facts. And there is no way that something this disgusting can continue forever. This is the type of thing that has a limited lifespan, right? Similar to the forms of execution and torture that I went over in the previous live stream, right? They get a saw and they cut humans in half, they mutilate them. Behavior that is that inhumane is on the clock. It's on the clock. It will not stand the test of time. This dog nut culture will not stand the test of time. There are going to be too many people like us out here putting pressure on these politicians, on lawmakers. They are going to have to cave in eventually. Someone email about a dog mayor in California. Yeah, I'll have to check my emails. I encourage people, please send anything you feel is important to my email. I have the email. I'll put it in the description box. I was convinced. Yeah, we're going to have to go over and focus on pit bulls in an entire live stream, because these pit bulls, all these bully breeds, the fact that they are legal in so many places in this country, it makes it undeniable that child endangerment is encouraged, because these things were bred to kill. It's in their genetics. They try to argue against the idea of dogs being illegal by saying that each dog is like a human, have different personalities. Oh, it's all on how you raise them. No, these particular mutts have been bred to be violent, aggressive, to attack without warning. They're bred to cause maximum damage when they attack. We've had doctor testimonies who say pit bulls, these bully breeds, they do not mix with children. They cause the worst damage, the worst injuries. The worst mutilations are caused by these particular mutts. And yet these same mutts are still legal. That validates what I've said for years on this channel, that this is child endangerment. There's politics behind it. Big money corporations behind it. And they don't care if you endanger the life of the helpless. So they leave it up to us, your fellow citizens, to wake you up. And we are going to continue to do that here. So I hope you all join me next weekend. We will do our usual weekly live stream. I may upload some pre-recorded videos. There are a few articles that broke in the past week that I want to touch on. Some of you who keep up with these dog attacks, you notice that they're non-stop. It's like every day there's a different dog attack. I mean, they are consistent. And you have to specifically type in dog attack or dog attack child to even be aware of it. Because if you type in dog and hit search, it's going to show you some stupid pro-mutt, some positive articles about these mutants. That really infuriates me. The way they project the main characteristic of dogs as that of man's best friend. When again, nothing on this planet attacks humans more than dogs. Nothing attacks kids more than dogs. They are our number one enemy. They are the biggest threat to our youth in the world. And yet, again, their main characteristic is projected by media and entertainment as that of kids' best friend, man's best friend, a family member. No, these mutants deserve to be exterminated. And I will not stop on this channel until they are all, by law, exterminated by all world governments. I want to thank everyone who joined this live stream. I hope you will join me next weekend as well as we continue with this merciless crusade against these worthless mutants and their enabling owners.